Now for lip products, I have the Nude Suede Shoes lip liner from NYX. I really, really like this. It's like a nude, slightly cool toned lip liner. It's gorgeous, love it. I have the IT Cosmetics Lip Vitality Flush in the shade Je ne sais quoi. Really like this one as well. I have the Tarteist lip liner in the shade On Fleek. This was a really pretty warm purple. I don't know, in some lights it looked like it was cool tone, in some lights it looked warm tone. I thought it was a gorgeous color, but I didn't like the formula at all, so I would not buy that again. The Maybelline Baby Lips in the shade Cherry Me, didn't like this one either. And the Stila Venezia liquid lipstick is gorgeous. It was one of my top 5. This and the Lip Vitality Flush were in my top 5 for makeup that I used up this year. Over here I have lip products. I have 2 of the NYX hashtag This Is Everything lip loving balms. These are my favorite. I love them. I've already repurchased a couple more from the NYX website during their Black Friday sale, so I think I got them for like $3.50. And I did talk about how many uses it took to finish these, and I think the price per use is very, very reasonable, very good value for what you get. And it's also one of my favorite lip balms, so it's just like the icing on top of the cake. I have 2 Stila mini liquid lipsticks, very different in color. I have Viola, which is a really bright, cool toned purple. I liked this color, but I don't think it's something that I would buy again. It's maybe just a little bit too cool toned for my liking. I did repurchase the shade Como, which is a little bit deeper, and I do have another purple lipstick in the shade Madison from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I have a couple actually, both from Anastasia and Stila, and I really like those, so I don't feel like I need to run out and grab a full size of this shade. This one, however, is the shade Perla, and this is a really pretty cool tone nude. One of my favorite cool tone nudes ever. I love pairing this with more colorful looks. I think it's very flattering on me, and I have already repurchased it. I was able to get this and 2 other minis in a little set on sale recently, so I have another mini of this. I have a lip primer here from Ulta, and this is an exact dupe for the MAC lip primer, and this is okay. I had to make myself remember to use it. It smells really good, kind of like a vanilla scent, but it doesn't taste like anything, and I think it's a good product, but it's just not something I think to reach for, and it's not a necessity, so I will not be repurchasing. But if you do want something like this, I recommend it. It's like a third of the price of the MAC one. This is a lip oil here from Ulta. This was a birthday present, and it's the cranberry and pomegranate one. It has slight light red color, but it didn't deposit any color on your lips. And I actually like this a lot. I didn't think I would like a lip oil, but I actually do. If I'm in the market for another one, I would try another one of these, but once again, just not like a necessity. I have 2 tinted lip balms. The first one is from IT Cosmetics. It's the Je ne sais quoi Lip Vitality Flush. I liked this so much that I dug it out. I think I used up one of these last year as well. I love the packaging. I love the product. I did talk about this in a How Long Does It Take to Use Up makeup series. I think I did this, the lip oil, and the lip balm. If I'm not mistaken, I think I did all 3 of those. And I did really like it. I have since tried another tinted lip balm that I like even more for a fraction of the price. These are not exact dupes, but I do like the Catrice one a little bit better. This is the volumizing lip balm. This is in the shade Beautiful Lips. This one leaves kind of like a milky, lightened effect on my lips, and I really like it. It has a little bit of a minty feeling, but it's not drying, and it doesn't taste disgusting, which I don't like in lip products. And this is like $5. Really big fan, and I have already repurchased. They have a couple other shades too. One of them is like shimmery though, so don't buy that one. Buy this one, and I think the deeper one. It's a little bit more of a deeper nude. Super pretty. Although this isn't available on the Ulta website, I don't think, anymore, so I'm gonna have to find another place to get it. Let's move on to some lip products. No surprise, I used up 3 of the NYX hashtag This Is Everything lip loving balm. I really like these. Whenever NYX has like a 40% sale or more on their website, I pick up more of these. It's just a red lip balm that shows up clear on your lips. I think it's a great consistency. You get a ton of product for like $3 or $4, and I always have these like at my desk, at my vanity, on my bedside table. I really like having these on me at all times, and I just think they're great. Another one, I think I used up one of these last year too, maybe 2 of them. This is the Catrice Volumizing Lip Balm. I did take everything out of it. This is a milky color. It's a kind of a minty feeling lip balm, and I think it's beautiful. I like putting it on top of some lip products that are maybe a little bit too dark. It lightens it up a little bit, and I just think it feels really nice on the lips. It's not as moisturizing as the NYX lip balms, but it still does the trick. I have more of these. I have this shade, I think this is called Beautiful Lips, And then I think I have a couple of Graceful lips as well, which is the same formula. It's just a little bit more of like a brownie peachy color. And I really enjoy these. You can't get these on the Ulta website anymore, so I have to order them directly from the Catrice website. I did use up a lip liner. This is from NYX. It's in the shade Sugar Glass. I don't know if you can really tell from the camera, but this is a really light peachy brown color. I really liked this paired with a lot of other lip products in my collection, so much so that I did end up purchasing another one recently during the NYX Black Friday sale. This is one of my favorite lip liner formulas, and so I do have more of this color in my collection. And probably one of my most exciting empties is this lipstick here from Charlotte Tilbury. This is in the shade Bitch Perfect. I did use it all the way until I couldn't apply it to my lips anymore, and then I dug out the rest of it, put it in a little pot, and used it as a cream blush. This was a really beautiful peachy color. It's one of the shades that I would consider purchasing again. I got a ton of use out of this, and I thought it was a really lovely experience using it just because of the packaging and everything. I do have 2 more almost new Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks in my collection, and I am in the process of finishing up another shade called Pillow Talk. So you'll probably see that one in next year's Empties video. I don't need to run out and grab this anytime soon, but I thought this was really nice. So I used 4 of the mini Tower 28 lip glosses, and these, they had a slight tint to them, but they were really just kind of like clear lip glosses with a very slight tint, and I really liked these. I would love to get some full sizes once I work through some of the other lip glosses in my collection. I don't know where I heard it, but I'm under the impression that the Tower 28 ones, maybe because of the way they're formulated or what, they tend to expire more quickly. So whenever I purchase one, I do want to make sure I am in a place where I can actively use it and finish it before it expires. I would really like to try their milky glosses, which I think are the same formula as this, but they just have like a slightly milkier look to them. And I wish more brands would come out with lip gloss minis. I thought that was really smart. A full-size lip gloss I finished and loved was the Collagen Lip Bath from Charlotte Tilbury. This one was in the shade Pillow Talk. I got another one of these in a mystery box from Charlotte Tilbury, and then I purchased a 3-pack whenever they were on sale for like 30% off. So I do have 4 more of these full sizes in my collection. Really love it. I love this formula. I've talked about it multiple times and yeah, I'm glad to have more of these in my collection. I finished 2 tinted lip balms from NYX. I can't even tell you how many of these I've gone through over the years. These have been a staple. I keep one in my backpack, I keep one in my vanity, on my bedside table. These are just really soft and nourishing lip balms that I can buy in bulk and just keep in different parts of my house and just, you know, have them on me at all times. I finished a tinted lip balm from ColourPop, the Just a Tint in the shade The Strand. I do like these types of tinted gloss stick products. And I have one from Ulta that I really like, and even though Ulta doesn't have the shade range that ColourPop does, the ones from Ulta don't have a fruity scent or taste like these ones do, which I'm not a fan of. So just because of that, I wouldn't repurchase this, but I would be interested to get more like tinted gloss sticks like it, just ones that don't have any taste or scent. And I used up a full-size lipstick. This is Pillow Talk from Charlotte Tilbury. I remember that I dug out everything and I used it as a cream blush once I couldn't apply it to my lips anymore. And I think I used this up towards the beginning of the year, and I have been trying to work on other lipsticks. I'm currently trying to pan one right now, and I am on track to finish it definitely before the end of the year. But yeah, I feel like it's pretty much 1 lipstick a year for me. Like, these take me forever to use up. And then I used up 3 lip pencils. These also take a long time to use up. All 3 of these were very, very well used by the time I actively tried to start panning them. I have NYX Bed Rose, which I really like and would consider repurchasing. I have Peekaboo Neutral from NYX, I have already repurchased. And then Pillow Talk from Charlotte Tilbury, which again I have already repurchased. These are really beautiful, like staple shades. Ones that I use all the time, and I do really like using lip liners. I have quite a few from the NYX Slim Pencil formula because I really like that formula and their color range. And yeah, it feels good to have used up 3 pencils. These definitely take me a long time to finish. And the last category is lip products, and I am so glad to see so many lip empties. Definitely these lip balms from NYX. I mean, they've been like a staple and a favorite for years and years and years. I have a couple more in my collection, And once I go through those, I will purchase more. They're just great to have around the house, great to have in my backpack. They're just very nourishing and good. One product that I actually discovered this year and like even better is this Summer Fridays lip balm in vanilla, and I loved this. And once I go through some more of my tinted balmy products, I probably will buy this again because I loved it. It is so nourishing. It's repairing. Like if your lips need a lot of help, if you live in a dry climate, or if you just have incredibly dry lips, this is like a game changer. I loved this. And it took me forever to finish. So even though it is $23, you get a ton of product in here. Oh, this lip oil. This is from NYX. It's the hashtag This Is Everything lip oil. I bought it the first time I bought this lip balm from NYX. I've gone through a ton of the lip balms because I love the hashtag This Is Everything lip balm. I don't really like the oil as much. I hated it at first because I just didn't like lip oils. And then after a while, I went back to finish it, and I had started getting into lip oils. Like I tried the ones from Merit. And so I liked this a little bit better afterwards, but I wouldn't buy it again. But you get a ton of uses out of here. I think you get like over 300 uses before this is gone. So if you're looking for a lip oil that's going to give you like a really good value for your money, this is worth trying. One product I really loved was this Maracuja Juicy Lip. It was a little mini, and I had the shade Rose. I dug everything out of here. I do have another travel size of this. It's like a deluxe size, so it's much bigger. I talked about this product during Litmus. I focused on this and on the plumping version of this. I showed both of them in that Litmus video. I just feel like this isn't the right packaging for that type of formula, and sometimes the coconut scent and taste can be a bit too much. So even though I did really enjoy it, and I'll use the one that I have, I don't think I would buy it again. Like I have other tinted lip balms that I prefer. The same with this one from Catrice. This is in the shade, I think, Graceful Lips. And this is like a mintier balm. And I used to really like this a lot, but I just don't really like minty stuff. Like I don't think that actually helps my lips at all. So I am trying to phase out the minty lip products from my collection. And yes, that includes my beloved lip baths from Charlotte Tilbury. There has to be other better products out there that just don't feel minty on my lips, because I'm really starting to become more sensitive to that over time. These two lip glosses were minty. They were minis from Marc Jacobs in the shade Sugar Sugar and Pink Parade. I finished these. They don't make them anymore, so it doesn't matter, but I did like them. They were thick. They just weren't shades that I loved, and again, they were minty, so I wouldn't buy them again. This one from Charlotte Tilbury is in Ibiza Nights, and I wouldn't get this shade again because it was kind of glittery, but I did really like the formula a lot. It reminds me a lot of the Lip Baths formula, but it's not minty. This liquid lipstick from ABH is in the shade Crush. I really liked it. I had used it for years as a lip product, and then towards the end of its life, I converted it into a cream blush. Really liked it for that too. I'm slowly working through all my liquid lipsticks in that way. And I wouldn't buy it again. I'm not really buying liquid lipsticks anymore. And then this last one, my favorite thing I've panned, the biggest accomplishment for me, is this lipstick from Charlotte Tilbury in the shade Live It Up. Again, I used it as a lip product, and then I converted it into a cream blush when I couldn't get any more product on my lips. I dug out the rest. And this was lovely. I have a couple more Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks in my collection, and I'm just gonna enjoy and use those ones. These take absolutely forever for me to finish. So even though I do really love it, the satin formula is one of my favorite lipstick formulas I've tried. I'm not going to buy any more because they just take forever to go through. Alright, so I did finish 2 of these lip balms from NYX. These have been longtime favorites. I usually go through a couple every year. I think I only have 1 left in my collection. And I have come upon a lot of other lip balms out there over the years that I really like too. So I'm not going to purchase these anytime soon, but they are really good. I still definitely recommend them. And then I have 6 lip glosses, which I can guarantee you none of these were like full at the beginning of the year. And I took the stopper out of all of these. So I have 4 of the Collagen Lip Baths from Charlotte Tilbury. These are a long-time favorite. I love these. I think I mentioned in my last Empties video, which by the way, if you want to know like how many uses it took for me to finish these, I do usually give those numbers in my Empties videos. And so if you want more like makeup math, you'll definitely get those in my Empties videos. And these are really great because they're thick and they stay on the lips. And so these are like my gym proof lips. I put these on my lips before I go like work out or something, and they are still on my lips after I'm done, even after all the sweating and everything. So they're just a really reliable staple in my life, and I don't have any more of these, but I do have a lot of glosses, a lot of really thick lip balms that I can use in this place right now. The Lawless Forget the Filler lip glosses, those are really similar. This one from Milani, this is very similar. This is the Keep It Full gloss. Very good, not gonna repurchase any immediately. And then I have this Bare Minerals lip gloss. It was in the shade Vision. It was a light pink, I really liked it. And I did like the formula too, but not as much as the lip ads, not as much as some of the other lip glosses that I have, so I'm not going to repurchase this one immediately. I have a series that I do every December called Litmus, where I take one lip product and I do a short, and I feature it and I swatch it and I talk about the ingredients and everything like that. So if you want more in-depth information about any of these lip products, there is a chance that I likely have it somewhere in my Litmus playlist, so I will have that linked. And then I went through 3 liquid lipsticks, but I didn't use these on my lips. I have 2 mini Stila ones, one in Perla and one in Bocce, and then I have a liquid lipstick from Nabla in the shade Sweet Gravity. I actually used these as cream blush mixers, and I loved them for that, and these were great. I so enjoyed these. I also finished 4 lip pencils. This one from Urban Decay is in the shade Bittersweet. It was like a really warm purple. I actually used this also as a cream blush mixer. And then I have 3 nude lip pencils. One was NYX Sugar Glass, the other one was NYX Nude Suede Shoes, and then I have Pillow Talk from Charlotte Tilbury. These are all great. If you want something a little bit creamier, you can go for the Slide On Glide On lip pencils from NYX. If you want something a little bit stiffer, then the one from Charlotte Tilbury is good. And then these are my lipstick, lip clicky pens, gloss hybrid, lipstick, lip balm hybrid products. I fell in love with these last year, so it is no surprise that I went through so many. The majority of these I really, really loved. I didn't love the Lip Plump from Tarte. This is like the minty plumping version of their Maracuja Juicy Lips, only because it was super minty and super strong feeling on the lips. Like it definitely had like a burning sensation, which I didn't love. Still like the formula and the color and everything, so I finished it, but I would not get that again. Everything else here I would definitely get again. Maybe not the Hourglass one, just because it's so expensive and you get like 1.7 grams of product. I got the shade Mist, which was a really beautiful like cantaloupe color or just a melon color. Loved it. It was glossy. I did a litmus feature on this. I did a litmus feature on all of these. And then I also finished one of the mini regular Juicy Lips from Tarte. This was in the shade Rose. Really beautiful nude color. I went through Venetian Rose from M Cosmetics, and this was really, really lovely too. I very much enjoyed using it. I don't think it stands out against any of the other clicky lip pen products that I have in my collection, so I don't need to repurchase this one, but I did really enjoy it while I had it. And then these 3 were some of my favorite hybrid products that I tried. This one from CoverGirl was the Clean Fresh Lip Stilo. This was just a tinted lip balm in the shade Sweet Melon, and this was a gorgeous color. And I just really loved the formula. I like how it didn't taste or smell like anything. I loved how this color looked on my lips. And then this one from Ulta Beauty, this is the Gloss Stick in the shade Chill Pill. This was a really great nude shade for me. And even though it was a really lightweight, comfortable formula, it stayed really well, and it was very opaque and pigmented, and it just always made my lips feel really nourished. It didn't make them feel drier after it wore off, and it did last a long time on the lips. So this was a really great little hidden gem at the drugstore that I loved. And I also really loved and still miss Romance Kiss. This was a hyaluronic happy kiss from Charlotte Tilbury. This was a really thick, probably the thickest like lipstick gloss hybrid product that I tried, and I loved it. I think the website describes this as a fondue texture, and I do think that's a really great way to describe it. And I just loved it. It was nourishing, it was pigmented, it was beautiful, it was glossy. I just loved everything about it. Some people might think it's a little messy. I did not mind that at all, and I miss it. I still miss it even after all this time. So these are all of my lip product empties for 2023. Like I said, a lot of these are minis or things that I had been wearing for years before I started to actively pan them. I've had a NYX, the hashtag This Is Everything Lip Loving Balm empty in probably every year-end empties since I started my channel. I don't think I have any more of these. I just have a lot of other lip balms that I have tried and loved over the years, but this is still a really great lip balm. I definitely recommend it, and I might buy another one for old time's sake later on. This one from Huda Beauty is the Silk Balm. I was in the shade Blush. It was just a clear balmy gloss, more of a lip balm than a glossy formula, and I really liked it for the first 2/3 of the time that I wore it. And then after I took the stopper out and tried to finish it, I ended up having a really weird reaction. So I didn't love that, but I did really like this one from Jason Wu. This is the Everyday Lip Mask, and I believe I took the stopper out of this too. And this was a really beautiful, very similar formula to the Huda one, but I did not have an allergic reaction to this. And I think it's like half the price too. I finished some lipsticks, which is awesome. This one is kind of like a balmy lipstick. I wore it a lot as an SPF when I was outside. It's from LH Cosmetics, and it's their Fantastic in the shade Pink Opal. I did dig everything out of this and use the last remnants as a cream blush. I really loved this. If I hadn't have discovered the e.l.f. SPF glosses that came out this year, those will probably be my new SPF lip product. The e.l.f. glosses have a higher SPF and they're more affordable, and so I'll probably just stick to those, but this was lovely. And then I finished 2 lipsticks from Charlotte Tilbury. I finished a mini of the Pillow Talk color, and if you can see, I did dig a little bit. I've mostly been digging into it for swatching purposes to compare it to other shades. And then I finished this Pillow Talk medium lipstick, and this was really exciting. I've had this for a long time. I think this is like 6 years old, maybe 4 years old. Either way, I wanted to focus on it. It was one of my oldest lipsticks, and I really enjoyed it. I love this color. For Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks, and maybe with other choice lipsticks, I likely won't dig everything out in order to consider it finished, because I like to keep these on hand, not technically as part of my collection, but just kind of like in a little bag where I can easily pull this out and swatch, use the leftover product to swatch it against other shades for comparison purposes. So these will still stay in my house, like in my possession. They're just not technically part of my makeup collection anymore. I talked about this Artista lip liner pen in the shade Eggplant from AOA Studios. This was also featured in my most recent Empties video, and this was such a disappointment. It dried up so fast. I barely got to use it before it was gone. Finished a liquid lipstick from Stila in the shade Palermo. This is a really beautiful color. It was just getting too old for me to feel comfortable putting it on my lips, so I wore it I think like 100 times as a cream blush, and I counted that as done. Love this color. I especially loved mixing it with liquid highlights to create like a really glowy cream blush. Beautiful. I love using liquid lipsticks as cream blushes. I have 2 Lawless glosses here. One is a mini and one is a full size. The mini one I bought myself, and this full size I got in PR. I really love these glosses. I have quite a few of these left in my collection. I even have a couple that are almost empty. I do really like these, but I don't feel like I get a lot of wear out of these before they're gone, even though I took the stopper out of both of these. And then lastly, I have this balm gloss from Rare Beauty in the shade Nearly Neutral. I really like this. I thought this was a really nice, more balmy than glossy lip product. Really nourishing, beautiful color. I really enjoyed it.